All right, in Unit 13, Part 2, we're talking about dividing fractions. So again, the basics of this should be reviewed, but then we'll move on to simplifying expressions, which might be a little bit difficult. So one thing to remember when we're dividing fractions, we need to multiply by the reciprocal. Reciprocals are two non-zero numbers whose product is 1. So before we can do anything, we need to practice writing reciprocal. So for the first part, the directions say state the reciprocal of the number. I have negative 24 over 7. The reciprocal means to simply flip that fraction. So it becomes 7 over 24. You still have the negative out the front. For number 2, I have 264. 264 as a fraction is 264 over 1. So that means the reciprocal will be 1 over 264. For number 3, I have 3.45. So that's 3 and 45 hundredths. That means I can write all of that over 100 as my original fraction. So then the reciprocal would be to flip that. So it's 100 over 345. We cannot have a reciprocal if we have a mixed number, so make sure you don't make that a mixed number. So now some basic practice with dividing fractions and mixed numbers. It says find the quotient. Quotient, of course, is the answer to a division problem. So we need to multiply by the reciprocal. So keep, change, flip. I keep the first fraction the same. I change division to multiplication. I flip the second fraction. I'm doing a positive number times a positive number, or to begin with, a positive divided by a positive. So I know my final answer is going to be positive. Once we rewrite this and flip it, we can do what we did in 13 part 1, write it as one big fraction, and then I can simplify anything from simplify. So 6 and 20 can both be divided by 2, so 6 becomes 3, 20 becomes 10, and now I can multiply, and I'll get 21 over 50 as my answer. Number 2, I have negative 11 over 24 divided by 7 over 10. Before I do anything else, I need to decide if it's positive or negative for my answer. I'm doing a negative divided by a positive, so it's a negative final answer. Then I need to go ahead and keep, change, flip. So I'll have 11 times 10 over 24 times 7. Again, I want to simplify first. 10 and 24 can both be divided by 2. So when I multiply that out, I'll have negative 55 over 84. Number 3, I will leave up to you guys. Number 4, I have a positive divided by a negative, so I know my final answer is going to be negative. And then I can keep. I'm going to write 48 over 1, change, and flip. So 5 over 4. Again, I didn't put the negative in the parentheses because I already decided my final answer is going to be negative. So that's 48 times 5 over 1 times 4. 48 and 4 can both be divided by 4, so this becomes 12, this becomes 1. And then when I multiply those, I'll get 60 over 1, which is just 60, and I know that it's negative. Looking at number 5, we've got a mixed number. So first thing we need to decide is going to be positive or negative. So I'm doing a positive divided by a negative, so my final answer will be negative. I want to turn this mixed number into a fraction. So that's going to be 51 over 4 divided by 11 over 12. Again, this negative is gone because I put it up front with my answer. So I need to keep, change, and flip. So 51 times 12 over 4 times 11. I'll simplify first. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. So when I multiply, I get negative 153 over 11. And when I turn that into a mixed number, I get negative 13 and 10 over 11. I'll leave 3 and 6 for you guys to do. On the back side, we're dividing algebraic fractions, so that just means we're going to have variables involved now. but all the rules still apply. So on number one, the first thing you need to do is decide if it's going to be positive or negative. I'm doing a positive divided by a positive, so I'll have a positive answer. And then I can keep, change, and flip. So I'll have x times 5 over 2 times x. These x's can cancel each other out. So I'll wind up with 5 over 2 for my answer, which is 2 1/2 when I make it a mixed number. For number 2, I have a positive divided by a positive, so I'll have a positive answer. Keep, change, flip. And then just like we did in the last section, it might make it easier for you to separate the coefficients from the variables. So on the top, I have a 3, an m, and an n. On the bottom, I have a 6, a 7, an m, and an n. Providing that might make it a little bit more simple to keep this organized. So 3 and 6 can both be divided by 3, so that'll be a 1, that'll be a 2. These m's cancel each other out, these n's cancel each other out. So on the top, I just have a 1, and on the bottom, I have 2 times 7, which is 14. Number 3, I'll leave for you guys to try and make sure you grade that from the answer key. The next section says evaluate the following expressions. Okay, so you need to make sure you follow order of operations when you do this. For the first one, we have parentheses, so that tells me that I'm going to do that subtraction first. So in order to subtract, I need a common denominator. So 4 over 9 becomes 8 over 18. If you don't know how I did that, please make sure you check with me. Then I can do that subtraction, and I'll get 5 over 18. So now I'm set up with division. A positive divided by a positive is going to be a positive number, and then I can keep, change, and flip. I'll write it as one big fraction now. That should be a multiplication sign. So then I can simplify. So 5. Okay, so I wrote that totally wrong. So 5 times 18 over 9 times 5. And now I can simplify. So these 5s are just going to cancel each other out. 18 divided by 9 is 2. 9 divided by 9 is just 1. So all I have left after all that is just 2 as my final answer. I'll leave number 2 for you guys. Make sure you do order of operations. And then there are some review problems on the bottom. So just some basic 2-step solving equations.